The 2026 FIFA World Cup is the biggest World Cup ever, but most fans still don't understand how it actually works. For the first time in history, 48 teams will compete instead of 32. More countries, more matches, and a completely different tournament structure. But here's the confusing part. If there are 16 extra teams, how do the groups work? How many teams advance? And how do you even win the tournament now? In the next few minutes, I'll explain the entire 2026 World Cup format without the confusing FIFA language. Let's break it down. For nearly 3 decades, the World Cup featured 32 teams. Those teams were divided into 8 groups of 4. The top 2 teams from each group advanced to the round of 16, and from there it was simple knockout football. But in 2026, FIFA is expanding the tournament to 48 teams. That's an increase of 50%. And because of that expansion, the old format could no longer work. So FIFA created an entirely new structure. Instead of 8 groups, there will now be 12 groups, and each group will still contain 4 teams. 12 groups multiplied by 4 teams equals 48 total nations. So far, so good. But this is where things start getting interesting. The group stage itself remains familiar. Each team plays 3 matches. 1 match against every other team in its group. A win earns 3 points. A draw earns 1 point. A loss earns 0 points. After all group matches are completed, teams are ranked based on points. The top 2 teams from every group automatically advance. Since there are 12 groups, that immediately gives us 24 qualified teams. But there's a problem. A knockout bracket works best with numbers like 16, 32, or 64, not 24. So FIFA added something new. The tournament will also advance the 8 best third-place teams. That means 24 teams from first and second place, plus 8 third-place teams, equals 32 teams advancing to the knockout stage. And that's where the tournament becomes much bigger than previous World Cups. This is the biggest difference most fans don't know about. The 2022 World Cup started directly with the round of 16 after the group stage. But the 2026 World Cup introduces an entirely new round, the round of 32. Think of it as an extra knockout stage. Instead of 16 teams remaining after the groups, there will now be 32. That means more knockout matches, more drama, more underdog stories, and more opportunities for smaller nations to make history. From this point onward, the tournament becomes straightforward. Win and advance, lose and go home. Just like traditional knockout football. Once the round of 32 is complete, the tournament follows a familiar path. 32 teams become 16, 16 become 8, 8 become 4, 4 become 2, and finally, 2 teams meet in the World Cup final. The winner lifts the trophy and becomes world champion. Simple. But because of the new format, teams now have to survive an extra knockout round compared to previous tournaments. That means a champion may need to win more matches than champions in recent World Cups. The journey becomes longer, and potentially much tougher. So why expand the tournament at all? FIFA wanted more countries involved. More nations qualifying means more fans, more global representation, and more opportunities for teams that previously struggled to reach the World Cup. For example, regions like Africa, Asia, and North America receive more qualification spots than before. That means we'll likely see several nations making their World Cup debut. For fans, it means more stories, more surprises, and more countries dreaming of a historic run. Of course, some people love the expansion. Others believe it could weaken the quality of the group stage. But regardless of which side you're on, one thing is certain. The 2026 World Cup will be unlike any tournament we've ever seen. So here's the entire format in one sentence. 48 teams enter. 12 groups are formed. The top 2 teams plus the 8 best third-place teams advance. A new round of 32 begins. And then the knockout rounds continue until one nation lifts the trophy. Simple once you see it laid out. And now you understand the 2026 World Cup better than most football fans. If this explanation helped clear things up, make sure to subscribe for more football explainers that turn confusing football rules into simple, easy to understand stories. See you in the next one. Soccer Ball Trophy.